This is the all-time 11 for Youth Squad Legends. It's a very easy video for me to make, and some of the names that will be put on this list are terribly easy for me to put on this list, alright? I wanted to do something a bit more complex today. However, we've had to do work on something else. Announcements will be following, I guess, but I can't speak of what we've been sorting out today as of this moment because it's a secret. But that needed to get sorted sooner rather than later. Today, we needed to get a video out as well. A lot of people wanted me to do my all-time 11, and I've got subs. The subs are probably going to be even more difficult because my all-time 11, in my head, I think 1 or 2 positions are a little bit questionable, but everybody else is just like straight in. They're guaranteed spots in the all-time 11. Happy Castaneda Day, by the way. It's the 21st night of September. We're going to get up a list of Youth Squad Legends names, curated by myself and Rodolfo, the head of the YSL Wiki and video database work. Thank you very much, Rodolfo. So I can spell all these names properly. I guess we can start with the goalkeeper. And that goalkeeper spot is one of the easy ones. Mr. Chicken Boy, cluck me further. Wherever Enzo Bardi is, I can't find him at this moment in time. There he is. Easy stuff. And you know what? That also makes the first subs spot an easy choice as well, because before Enzo Bardi, there was one standout goalkeeper in Youth Squad Legends. Actually, he's one of the only players that is going to be from a secondary series, I think. Robert Grimmer. What a player. All right, so immediately, 2 players on this all-time team. So I'll put their surnames if they're on the bench just to make sure we've got enough space there. So Enzo Bardi, Robert Grimmer. No problem. Centre-back, right-back. We've got so many centre-backs that I think I'm going to put a right-back. A centre-back, a right-back. Okay? We'll start with the centre-backs. Imagine a pairing, if you will, of Matt Pennington, yeah, and Maximus Durante. Oh! Now, this is where it starts getting a bit hairy. Because obviously there's one other, I think, real standout centre-back in Tom Evans. He's a right-footed player, I believe, so he can go on to the right-back. He had amazing physicals, so he can play right-back. He did play right-back in his time at Yeovil. Tom Evans, put respect on his name. You know what? He was probably the best going forward as well in comparison to like Matt Pennington and Maximus Durante. Obviously, Durante could do it wherever he wanted. However, Tom Evans was such a physical presence, you could hardly touch him. We have 5 names in the all-time 11. Enzo Bardi, first team goalkeeper. Matt Pennington, Maximus Durante, Tom Evans, 3 of the 4 defenders. And then your subs goalkeeper is Robert Grimmer. Plenty of good left backs. I preferably would like someone with pace. However, there was something special about Jamie Moore-Taylor. He was a free kick god. So even though he could not run to save his life, he was better at a central defensive midfield position, to be fair, but I have a central defensive midfielder in mind. He's there at left back. I mean, it's a very slow... You know what? I've just realised something. That is incredibly slow. We are going to change Maximus Durante and Matt Pennington around. Get some speed on that side, you know. Defence is done. Enzo Bardi, Tom Evans, Matt Pennington, Maximus Durante, Jamie Moore-Taylor. That is immense. Central defensive midfielders. There's been some great central midfielders in Youth Squad Legends history. The one that truly sticks out for me as a player that could play from deep from that midfield, wherever I can find him. He started life out as a centre-back because we didn't have any centre-backs at the start of this series, but then he transitioned to midfield. Vasil Malachius Jr. Oh my goodness, what a player. Class above. I mean, he's beaten out players like Kieran Aziz, Martin Hart. It's been a long time. The York City centre mid. Who's the York City centre mid? So there's a lot of names there that I could have put in centre mid, but Vasil Malachius Jr., you just look at his Hall of Fame video. He was so classy. Even out of this team of leaders, I think this guy is the boss. The mentality is just unreal. And the other central midfielder, I mean... This is the easiest choice of the lot. I don't even know why I'm searching for his name. I know how to spell his name. Alexander Rosenberg. You've got the holder. You've got the annihilator. Oh, the true king, the original, the OG. We might as well put in another person that is just nailed on. Harvey Hall. Alright? It's who takes up this other striker spot that's like the big question. Right winger. I don't think there's anybody as explosive as Callum O'Flannery. Yeah, they might have been technically better on the ball, but what Callum O'Flannery could do to teams, I think he showed it against Real Madrid in the Champions League. What he could just do to teams because of that disgusting pace, he has to make it. He just has to make it. He is such a weapon, in my opinion anyway. Run! Oh, and then it comes to these two positions. Boy, oh boy. In my mind, there's like two options here. You go with a proper left winger and you choose between Piscopo or Obijakas. The left winger would then be Matheus Mulders, because I think he's the best left winger that we've had. A very, very old player back in FIFA 14. But then you could also have run Piscopo here and Obijakas on the wing, or Piscopo here, Obijakas in the centre. So difficult to choose upon those players because they all deserve it. I mean, who would Harvey Hall play better with? In my opinion, like, Obijakas and Piscopo are very, very equal. Obijakas obviously way better at finishing, but aerially, like, you can't get better than Piscopo. I think aerially, Piscopo's even better than Harvey Hall. And maybe we drop Harvey Hall a little bit back. I know that's like sacrilege, but Harvey Hall knew how to pass. Yeah, I genuinely think Harvey Hall is probably better just to sit in a little bit deeper, which is mad. But that would then open up the space. I think it's a no-brainer now. The guy who needs to finish, his whole skill was getting that ball in the back of the net. Piscopo can't miss out altogether. But in my opinion, if you drop Harvey Hall back, there's only one person that you can put there. I mean, Obijakas is the all-time leading goal scorer in Youth Squad Legends history, so that's the most difficult decision. I think we're going to put Domenico Piscopo on the bench, which is a very, very difficult decision. But in terms of, like, wingers, if we're going to have a proper winger out on there, Matheus Mulders has to take it. Frank Matip does not take this. I'm sorry, guys. Frank Matip is nowhere near this team. There's a lot of strikers ahead of Frank Matip. And that's our first 11. Enzo Bardi, Tom Evans, Matt Pennington, Maximus Durante, Jamie Moore-Taylor, Vassal Malachius Jr., Alexander Rosenberg, Callum O'Flannery, Harvey Hall, Obijakas, and Matheus Mulders. Holy moly, what a team. That has got goals written everywhere. Like, every single player, apart from Matt Pennington, probably. Enzo Bardi could even probably pop up with a goal sometime. Like, this is just full of goals. Let's get on to the subs bench. I think the subs bench is going to be way more difficult because we've only got 7 places. 2 have been filled up already. The next one, yet again, a great goal-scoring record. And I think he could do it on the wing if we desperately needed it. So we might not be seeing another winger coming. If you've seen this kid's Hall of Fame video, you'll know. Vitalis Karčemarskas. Absolute machine. Oh, defensive. We got Mark Halfor. Great choice. Right backs. There's Jim Harvey from Burton. Maximilian Jackson is always like a decent shout for this. Ashley Woodard, Chesterfield left back. Maybe even Eric Melville. I mean, people are saying Okonkwo. I love Okonkwo so much. Harvey Hall, Obijakas, Piscopo, Karčemarskas. We've already got 4 strikers there. To add another one would then leave us really weak in other positions. I say weak. As weak as you possibly can get with the names that are on show right now. You can't have a party without Yuko Ike! Ave! Yuko Ike is not a classic. Yuko Ike likes to cut inside and use that physicality that somehow he had. Even though he had like a small stature, he definitely played different to Matheus Mulders and Callum O'Flannery. If we're going for versatility, I think we're going to run 2 wingers here, actually. It is Castaneda Day after all. I think this lad could play centre mid. Genuinely believe that. Castaneda was overlooked. Oh, Mitov! That is a great shout. Mitov could play centre mid and defence, which leaves us with literally one sub spot. Oh, we basically need a central midfielder that could also possibly do a job at wing back, or a wing back that could potentially do a job at centre mid. There is a midfielder that stands above the rest. People have been shouting his name. We've got it. That's the team. EK could probably do wing back. I'm pretty sure EK did wing back at one stage for Lincoln City because he was so defensively sound when he was playing on that right-hand side. Castaneda's definitely the odd one out here. I don't think he's good enough. I'd love to put him in on Castaneda Day. I think it was excellent and very looked over. But Halfor, stick him in there. Enzo Bardi, Tom Evans, Matt Pennington, Maximus Durante, Jamie Moore-Taylor, Vassal Malachius Jr. alongside Alexander Rosenberg. Up front, Callum O'Flannery, Harvey Hall, Obi Jackers, Mateus Molders. On the subs bench, Grimmer, Mitov, Leahy, Halfor, EK, Karchamauskas, Piscopo. Oh, it's been like an hour or so since we made this team up, and I just don't think Mitov should be in this side. Basically because I thought of someone probably better suited. Super Cooper was a centre-back, but could play very well in central midfield. I think he was a better player overall in comparison to the Macclesfield captain Mitov. It's a very late inclusion, but Super Cooper is now into this mega squad. Of course, this is just my personal best team. Everybody's gonna have differing opinions, and my opinion changes every single day. So I might wake up tomorrow and think that, oh, actually no, X player should have been in instead of EK, or Piscopo should have been playing up front instead of Obi Jackers. But right of this moment, if I had every single Youth Squad Legends player available, that's the team that I would run. This has been Cutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, then please give it a like. If you're not subscribed around here yet, then press the red box down below and the bell icon for mobile notifications. I will see you next time. Bye bye.